Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Citrus episode 11, and I guess with one episode left to go, I didn't realize that there was only one episode left after this for whatever reason. Maybe there are 13 episodes. I think there were only 12, but for some reason I was thinking there were two more after this one, and then I just realized as I was taking notes on it, I was like, holy crap, there's actually only one episode left, so they're gonna have to wrap this up kind of quickly. Because we've been put in a place where I feel like there's no way that this can go that all the characters come out completely happy as they are right now. Since, of course, Yuzu and Sara have fallen for the same girl, as it were. But either way, let's talk about this. Let's discuss episode 11 a bit. I'll start at the beginning. Nina has basically taken it upon herself, saying that she's going to help her sister get the girl of her destiny. And, you know, I can't be mad at Nina because she is just helping, or at least she thinks she's helping, but you know that that's going to end up with some misunderstandings. So basically we have a very negative and upset Yuzuchi who needs to be saved by Harumin. Save her, Harumin. Harumin is a history buff, we find out. Didn't know that before, but Harumin best girl, I guess. Drills Drills is the one that pushed for them to go to this love shrine, and that's where they're going on the next day of the trip, but it rains while they're there. I love how once Nina gets the two of them there, Sara's trying to be an older sister, being like, hey, don't treat people like objects, but I am gonna go and capitalize on this opportunity you've given me. I like how she's trying to be a good older sister, but also just going for it anyway. And I like the way this whole episode, this whole arc kind of, Sara is just an embodiment of a lesson for Yuzu to learn. She is doing things that Yuzu can learn from, because Mei obviously cares for Yuzu, but Yuzu is having trouble with her own feelings, and Sara is an example of what things, or what she could be like and have things go well. But either way, it was cute. Yuzu gets matching charms from Harumin and from Drills, and that was really cute. I like how Drills has kind of ended up becoming a tsundere friend, kind of. And Yuzu knows, she thinks to herself, she needs to be honest. She just needs to say how she actually feels, because that is what is screwing with her right now and why that confession didn't really work out. Nina then finds Mei and confesses for Sara. Sara tells her how she feels. Mei kind of turns her down at first, but then Sara shows up, she confesses, and I really like what they did throughout this whole first half of the episode, where they're kind of comparing the weather to Yuzu and Sara, where Sara is the sunny sky shining through on a clear day, and sunny sky shining through on a clear day. I felt like I messed that up like a tongue twister somehow. And on the other hand, Yuzu is like this cloudy, she's basically like this rain cloud. She's unsure of her feelings herself. Even when she does think she's sure of them, she's hiding from her own feelings, and she's a bit tumultuous like that. So I like the way that they were using the weather to play on and sort of show the way that Sara and Yuzu were different here. Mei decides to date Sara, which is, I feel really, really bad for Sara, to tell the truth, because it's obviously a ploy to make Yuzu jealous, to make Yuzu come out and be honest with her. Kind of like what happened where she went along with what Matsuri was doing because she wanted to see how strongly Yuzu cared about her. I kind of feel like it's the same thing, where she's still reeling from being turned down on Christmas, and she doesn't know what to think about being turned down then. And because she's still reeling from that, she's like, I don't want to say that Mei's doing anything bad here necessarily, but because she's still doing that, she still wants to know how Yuzu really feels. So it's a very complicated situation, and I feel kind of like she's using Sara as sort of that pawn to make Yuzu jealous, to make Yuzu come out and say how she feels. And until then, Sara really does care about Mei, even if it's kind of a shallow, hey, we just met and I'm completely in love with you type thing, even though they know nothing about one another. But Nina, still trying to help, she ends up setting up this date between Mei and Sara. Yuzu and Mei argue with each other back at the hotel before all this, but they argue with each other a little bit, and then we have the bath scene where Yuzu and Sara talk with each other, and I really, really like that because it's the cliche, neither one know they're talking about the same girl, but they're both talking about what they need to do about their love, and Sara urges her to confess. So I really, really like that. Sara ends up being the one to figure out that they're sisters, so she knows all this is going on. Yuzu tries to talk to Mei, but Mei keeps shutting her down. She hides her in her room to protect her as Drills comes back to go to sleep. But Yuzu trying stuff, it just doesn't work out. None of what she tries this episode works out. Then at the very, very end, when they have this meet-up at the station, Nina and Yuzu meet up, and Nina tells Yuzu about everything that's going on, presumably in a play to say, just give up, just stop, let Sara have her dream love. And Sara asks for Mei to kiss her. And what I think is actually going to happen here, I think Sara's going to be good girl Sara. I think she's actually going to say, okay, I loved you, now we had that kiss, but I know how deeply Yuzu cares about you, so you have to be with her. And she's going to, because Yuzu can't say it herself, I actually feel like what's going to happen is that Sara's going to be like, I've hung out with Yuzu so much, and this is all the wonderful things she said about you, and she completely loves you. And she's going to go on about all of this stuff and sort of convey Yuzu's feelings to Mei, while when Yuzu and Nina show up, they're going to be very, very shocked and surprised at how things didn't go the way that either of them thought they were going to go, positively from Nina's perspective and negatively from Yuzu's. So I actually kind of think that Sara's going to be the hero here, gonna end up being the one that saves this relationship or brings them closer together. But because of all that, I feel really bad for Sara. She's kind of just a pawn in this whole game, and she doesn't get her dream love, even if it's a little bit shallow, though, I guess. Like I said, they just met and know really next to nothing about each other. And yeah, only one episode left to go through all this. Episode was great, though. We had a ton of stuff happen. I'd give it 9.25 sister swaps out of 10, because that could be one way things could have gone. Nina could have been like, you can have me, Yuzu. I'll bite the bullet for this one. Or, poor Sara, she loses the love of her life. Just go Twincest. Nina x Sara, please. So, yeah, I don't know. Either way, I really, really enjoyed the episode, and, gosh, there's only one more left. I forget, all the things I just said might be completely wrong, because I forget what the promo for next week's episode was like. I didn't pay too much attention to it, as to not spoil myself too much, I guess. But yeah, if there is only one more episode, they've got a lot to get through in order to finish this on a good note. They have a lot to do, I think. But if there is 2 more episodes, then everything kind of makes more sense. So yeah, they have a lot to get through next week either way. So that's it. Thank you once again for watching. Like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more Citrus, much more on the channel. Gonna be watching a lot of other shows next season, and reviewing at least 2 of them, maybe 3. So if you want any input on that, or just to see what I'm thinking about, stick around and I'll have a video up in a few days probably about what I'm going to be watching or reviewing next season. So yeah, subscribe for more of that, I guess. Comment down there too. I think I already said what you thought of my thoughts on this, or what you thought of the episode yourself. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. And if you want a link to our Discord server, just ask and I'll give you one. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.